Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm Kendra, and if you are brand new here, welcome. And today is going to be a collab, an open collab, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But I do different things. I do, lots of different things. So this is what it is just for today, and I'm enjoying the thought of doing this, just telling people about a publication that I like. If you're not new here, you know that I do a lot of different things, and want to welcome everyone new and previously been here before. I don't want to say old. I'm in Washington State, and I am a mother, grandmother, and dog lover, and a retired child educator and childbirth educator, I'm sorry, and doula and midwifery assistant and that kind of thing. So that's kind of my background. And let's see, 5 grown kids and several grands, and that's all. I don't need to tell you any more than that. Who cares, right? Anyway, here's the open collab. It's hashtag Thursday Booktube at My Mountain Home and Kitchen at Life with Patty. So these two people are the hosts that came up with the idea. And so if you want to do this, you can read and review any book. If you just read it, if you read it a long time ago, or if you plan to read it, you can talk about what you hope or what you think it's going to be about. It could be a cookbook, a romance novel, a mystery, a comic book, a how-to book. She says any book. So there we go. Or, like a comic book is typically not a book. It's more of a publication like I'm showing you today. And if you hear something in the background, it is my dishwasher. And I had to start it. I actually had to clean out my refrigerator to fit tonight's leftovers in there. I am so bad about keeping my refrigerator up. Bad, bad, bad. Anyway, it feels good to have done that because the garbage goes out to the curb tomorrow. Totally off topic, but that way I'm going to start with a clean slate, and that's how that works. Okay. We upload on Thursdays, anytime on Thursdays, if you want to get in on this. And if you're seeing this and you heard about this or some other way you know about this, consider yourself invited. It could be a book you read in the 2nd grade. One of my favorite books of all time I read in the 2nd grade. So, I'm not kidding. Anyway, this publication is called Backwoods Home Magazine. So it's a quarterly publication. So this one is, here we go. This one is October, November, December. And it just came in the mail yesterday. Let's take this off. And it's $7.99 if you buy them singularly. Well, singularly meaning for the 3 months. So there's only 4 in a whole year. They're practical ideas for self-reliant living. So this publication is different every month with different topics. So basically frugal homesteading. These are the topics this month. Well, there's a lot more topics, but these are the big main ones. Safe canning, potato storage bin, dog recall training, and pasture management. So where it says here safe canning, it sounds kind of like, yeah, you can get that anywhere. But the lady or gentleman, I didn't look, who I just browsed it, who wrote the article, it goes on and on and on. And I have never had botulism explained in words and then in pictures. What causes it, what it can do in your body, it's amazing what this person did when they wrote this article. And it's just about the safe practices that you want to keep up. And people that some people in my life are very careful with their food. I'm not going to mention his name, but if I'm canning, I have explained how I'm doing it and where I got my recipe, and I got it out of the ball canning, and I did every step perfectly. And then there are other people not me, who, I forget what they call it. I think they call it renegade canning. I don't remember, but it means that they do things that are suggested you not do for the reasons that this lady talks about in the article. Okay, now the potato storage bin sounded boring to me too, but it's not just a potato storage bin. It's got a whole, it goes from, you know, how do you get potato seeds, where do you get potato seeds, how would you grow them in a bag, how would you grow them in the ground, how would you store them once you harvest them, when do you harvest them, what do they look like, just how to keep them for the whole year till you grow them again. It's got me wanting to do potatoes in a bag. Okay, and dog recall training. I don't have any interest in this at all, but I've got family members who do. And then pasture management. I don't have a pasture. We live on 2.5 acres, and most of it is wooded. So unless we, you know, tear out trees, we're not going to have a pasture. I would love to have a pasture, but I also am a tree lover. I'm always at peace when I'm around trees. That sounds all, you know, like woo-woo, but I don't know what it is about trees. I just love them, all trees. Okay, so $7.99 each, or you can get a subscription and it'll just come every 3 months for $26, and that's for 1 year. But if you wanted to do this, you want to wait until November probably. They come out with a deal for yearly subscriptions every November, December-ish, and you get quite a good, I think it was half price last year. I might be wrong. I was impressed and I resubscribed. Okay, so that's the Christmas deal, so look for that if this is something you think you might like to do. It says here, self-reliance in the garden, the kitchen, and in the workshop, but it is so much more. There is even a monthly, he's got his own like 4 pages or 5 pages, and he talks about all of the many things that come with owning and using and caring for and storing your pew. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm going to skip his page because there's a lot of the pictures that go with it that I'm not sure I'll get away with here on this platform. But it's good information to have. All right, so also you can order, if you don't want the magazine, because maybe you only are interested in one thing each month, but it's not me. I like to read it back to front to back, yeah. So they've got animals, canning basics, food storage, gardening, water bath canning, pressure canning, homesteading, and homestead cooking. And oh, it goes on with the features and what's in here. And here's the publisher. And, or is this the publisher? Oh, the cat. Frugal homesteading is one of the articles in here. And this apparently has something about bread, and I don't know what that is. It might be jam. I just love home canned jam. I don't know why everybody doesn't think it's the bee's knees. Anyway, I have a tummy ache tonight, and I've been drinking peppermint tea. Don't know what caused it. I got it after I ate dinner, and dinner tonight was a frozen from the grocery store, which has never bothered me before, lasagna. But and I'm hoping that's all it is. It's absolutely stomach. I used to get that more than I do now. It's been quite a while. Okay, so this is talking about some things you can do, you know, if you want to get your own land, like cutting wood to build things or sell or whatever, hanging your laundry, taking your wood and building a nice barn. If I had a little barn, I would absolutely have chickens and mini goats. I don't know what else. I've always said I like those little midget cows. What are they called? They're just tiny cows. What are those little cows called? Anyway, they're a hybrid of some kind, I think. I could be wrong. And then, what is this? Oh, it looks like he's soldering or something and pulling his wood with his tractor. This is kind of like YouTube channels in print. You know, I need one of these. This is talking to get around in your golf cart. Now, not because I can't walk the 2.5 acres, but because when the last boy moves out of here, how am I going to drag full garbage cans and recycling cans from the house to the road? The path to it is not paved. It's rocks, you know. So I've been, you know, really trying to talk somebody into paving the driveway. It would be easier then because these big garbage cans have wheels. But if not, I could just hook it up to this thing and drag it down, right? I've never even looked at how much a golf cart costs. Do they take gas, or are they like those little battery cars that kids play in? It would be great. Let's see. Do-it-yourself solar. Most common novice mistakes. So that's interesting. You know, so far it's looking a lot like it's mainly for homesteaders, and it really is different. I'm going to show you when I'm done with this, all of the different ones. This is cows. I need a gate like this in front of the entrance because today someone was up here on the property. They may have been lost and turning around, because that's basically what they did. They came in, they turned around, and they left. But I always wonder, you know, and it's not the first time that's happened. It just keeps me out. Let's see. More cows. How many cows? That looks like a Facebook game. More cows. Pasture management on a small farm. There was a magazine in the 60s, and it's still going. What? Oh, Ask Jackie is my favorite. Jackie here takes, I think you can email her, but maybe you have to write. You ask her a question about homesteading, and she answers it. Like, I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to tell you. Somebody has a question here about how come nobody has an ice house anymore? Why did they fall out of favor? You know, an ice house where you don't have to, like, if you don't have electricity, you're probably not making a lot of ice cubes. So, and she's going to answer that here. And then, how would I go about storing my beef tallow and storing potatoes, which is answered in another article here. Canning gravy. She's going to tell you about that. And you know, it goes on and on and on with great questions. Okay, here's that botulism article, which I haven't gotten all the way into, but I think stuff like this is fascinating. So you will not catch me doing something with canning that is frowned upon by the Ball Company or Kerr or whatever. I'm using safe practices always, 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 and I'm probably overly protective of that, but signs of botulism, and she just goes all in. Concluding remarks. Okay, enjoy safe canning comes next. So there's something that might be, and she goes on to pressure canning, and she goes on to water bath canning. Not the same lady with Ask the Questions. And then people send in their pictures. That's so precious. This is my favorite one. Those dachshunds are crazy. They will jump off anything. They feel like they can fly. And you know they've got a long spine, and they mess up their backs when they do that. I'm sure that this poor little dachshund did not jump off of that hay bale. More pictures that people have sent in of their kids. And they've got a kid's corner. What do you call the critters in the creek? No. What do the critters in your creek tell you? I'm looking at this through a camera. I'm not stupid. Mostly I'm not stupid. Okay, so I used to do that when I was a kid in Oklahoma. I absolutely did it. And what I used for a net, because I didn't have one, was my mother's handkerchiefs, like the silk ones. I don't know if she ever knew that. She knows now. She watches my channel. Let's see. And it goes on to say, you know, this is what you can find in the creeks. I only found minnows and frogs and crawdads and, you know, the occasional snake. Nothing bad. I don't know. Excuse me, I didn't mean to drop you. This is about training your dog, perfect recall. I'm going on too long, I think. One of my kids loves training, and you know, so he would like to have a German Shepherd. Oh, here's another kids page, backwoods coloring page. There's one every single publication. I don't know if these are drawn by one of the people or the drawings are sent in and chosen. And then we've got some recipes here. I want to learn to make this. It never occurred to me to even think to try. But I know it must be good. It's got a recipe and everything, and it's got beekeeping as a sideline gig. And let's see, a potpourri of trivia to tickle your brain. This is fun. Lots of fun stuff. Growing potatoes. Oh, the irreverent joke page. That's one in everything. Growing potatoes in grow bags. Look at that. Can you imagine? I have the room to do that. I don't know why I haven't. So maybe I will. I say that, and I'm all full of hope and desire in the spring, and then I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm lazy. So let's see. More potato stuff, you know, building a potato storage bin. How to keep them fresh, I guess. A Tale of Two Piglets, Humbles and Fumbles. And talks about the wild boar, the curse you can eat. I did not know you could eat these wild boar. I thought, and this, I don't know where I got this information, but I thought that they'd be full of parasites and you wouldn't want to eat that. Obviously, I don't know anything about a wild boar. I've never seen one in real life, but in some areas of the country, this is what they're doing. They're rooting up your gardens and getting in the road and attacking your animals. Anyway, cornbread recipe and roasted wild boar. Wow. I guess, you know, curing pork belly into bacon the old world way. My father's family from Virginia, and they would have like a smokehouse, I guess it was. Then they'd hang pig and they would just smoke it, you know, and he loves smoked hog, pig, whatever you call them. What is this? Taking advantage of snow to, oh, well, never mind. Okay, so we're talking about a lot of different things. Oh, crap. All right, I'm going to just let that fly because it was one page and one picture and it was fast, and I don't know that it's not okay, you know, if maybe it is. I live in a real woke state, and so people they get upset. Maybe it's just, you know, I'm used to that. So letters to the editor and more publications that you can buy. You can also buy back years. Emergency survival, breads, Jackie Clay's. You know what? That kid might be awake. That helps me with getting rid of things I don't want on here. And I'm going to go see if I can, anyway, find him. Moving to the country, it says. All right. That is my review of this magazine. I love it. I have other publications, and I'm going to go ahead and line these up to take the picture for the, what do you call that? For the thumbnail. You know what I was trying to say is thumbtack. The thumbnail. So thanks again. If you watched all the way to the end, I enjoyed doing this. And thank you to my Mountain Home and Kitchen and Life with Patty for hosting this. Take care, everybody.